South by Southwest is one of the biggest creative meeting of minds in the country. Annually, it's a film festival, it's a music festival, it's a tech festival, and now an activism festival. So this year I decided to go down with my production team and see just for what it was that they were advocating. This was a panel that we thought we really needed to highlight because it was supposed to be about countering extremism online. That's how it was billed. But right away it got to the topic of free speech in the modern digital age. Let's see how they began the discussion.
I stand for example, diversity, equality, or things like that. If it's easier for you, let's make it this way around. And this was the same with the Online Civil Courage initiative of Facebook. We talked to Facebook for quite years now, since 2010.
So in different parts of Europe, the issue of protected speech is very much linked, I think, to different histories. It's not blanket across the European Union or the continent. I personally don't think that all types of speech are protected and ought not to be protected.
Right away, to anyone who's been following the suppression of information online, that's disconcerting. So when they opened the floor to questions, I went up right away to voice my concerns, which actually didn't even seem to occur to anyone else in that room.
There are definitely some things in this conversation that seem really concerning. I noticed you talking about some sort of intangible variables that can't really be quantified as to what's allowed on Facebook or YouTube. Who defines what a Nazi is or a right-wing extremist as someone who has been accused of being that several times, officially by organizations like Antifa, CARE, not allowed to travel to certain countries. I'm sure you're aware of people like Tommy Robinson who've been jailed for speech. Since none of this can be quantified, why don't we err on the side of freedom? I mean, if I'm an alt-right Nazi who literally probably supports Israel more than anyone in this room and was a Carly Fiorina voter in the primaries, and my EP is Jewish, and he's my other producer who's gay, who gets to define it? Why should we ban any speech online?
Now, this gentleman didn't answer my question right away. He took a few other questions before coming back to it in order to completely not answer it.
Thank you, Stephen. So the issue of definitions, I think, is a very vital one because I do think that certain types of speech are not protected. The question is, okay, no, you got your question, so I get to answer.
But I've heard you say what is not protected.
So I get to answer my. Then you, if you want to come back up and ask more questions, then maybe the chair will allow you.
But that wasn't the question.
The question about definitions, I think, is a very difficult one because, again, who's going to agree on how this works? And in different countries, it goes through different types of legislation. In an ideal situation, there's a societal discussion about what should be permitted and what shouldn't be permitted, what sort of incitement should be permitted, what sort of incitement should not. Incitement to violence, I think most people agree, should not be considered to be protected speech.
But that's not speech, that's an actual offense.
Right now, your speech is not protected.
Okay, we have to get to this.
Thank you, so thank you very much.
No one is yelling fire
I'll take it. Okay.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Okay.
One is a felony, and one
Okay,
is a
so
word.
thank you very much. You've asked your question.
I didn't ask you about inciting violence. I asked
Okay.
about speech.
Speech. No, we're talking about speech that incites violence. That's speech. Speech is very clearly
This is
a line. We're only talking about speech here, but some speech is like go forth and kill all of these certain kinds of people. That's speech.
That's a felony.
And it is. Yeah. So that's where the line is.
When it comes to definitions, again, you are going to have different approaches in different places. In the UK, certain types of speech are not permitted that would be permitted in the United States. We've seen that many times, and I think that there's a genuine discussion that can be had between proponents of different approaches. And we shouldn't assume that our approach or your approach or anybody else's approach has all of the answers.
Now, not wanting to interrupt the panel any further and being behind enemy lines, I decided to wait until after the session ended to approach him and respectfully ask the question again.
You didn't answer my question. It's what is hate speech and who defines it?
You did a great job.
You didn't. What's the answer, sir? You said if someone yells fire in a crowded theater, that's not allowed. I agree. He is right now, I believe.
Can you switch that off? Sure.
We're going to free speech. It is a single-party consent state. I just would like the answer as far as...
Okay, can you just... I
can back up for you.
You don't need to in a single-party consent state.
You didn't answer my question. It's a respectful question. What is hate speech and who defines it?
Respectfully telling you, I answered.
Surprise! We'll be releasing more footage from South by Southwest here on the YouTube channel and for Mug Club members at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. Most concerning to me, and you'll see a theme as we continue along this series, is that this is the first generation of supposed creative artists who are demanding less freedom, who are demanding more government infringement into people's lives, who are demanding more suppression of speech. This is just one example, but stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching. Hey, if you like this video, subscribe by clicking the button that says subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you should subscribe anyway, because then you can watch the next video. And what you can do is downvote it and leave a comment that's really negative, you know, particularly if it's something like, I don't know, maybe anti-Semitic, even though I'm not Jewish, or something about my hair, or something about my weird nose. Just leave a really negative comment so that everyone else around can act like they care.